Hello and welcome to the Celtic View Podcast. Today I'm joined by Celtic Women's Manager Fran Alonso. Fran, thanks for joining us. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very good, thank you. We are back training, which is what we love to do, so I'm delighted. We have missed it a lot, and the fact that now, again, back to planning training sessions daily and start to monitor their load and start to talk to the players face to face is nothing compared to it. So yeah, we are all delighted to be back.
So we're currently in the first week back in full training now after almost 2 months since the last game. So how was that coming back for the first day? I imagine everyone was quite elated to see one another.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, smiling, even working hard, but with a smile, which is great to see. We have put a little bit more demanding schedule, not only in terms of volume, but, obviously when we finish training, we have to go home. We have to stay at home because now we are getting tests, etc. So we make sure we got as much contact with the players as we can. So they don't have a day off. They got a couple of doubles. So we are seeing them quite a lot, more than we will normally do. So, but yeah, everything with a smile, everyone is delighted. And, the confirmation we got a couple of days ago that we are back competing on the 4th. Again, it gives to the team a little bit more of even more of a push, if you want. So yeah, very, very happy times right now after a tough period.
Yeah, so that's just a little over 3 weeks now before the first game back. So what sort of challenges does that present for you and your coaching staff in trying to get the players up to match fitness, given the couple of months layoff that we've all had?
I understand that we have to finish the league by June. I think it's the 4th or 6th of June. I understand we all want to play the 14 games left, not only 7. So we understand that, the earliest we come back, the more chances we got to do that. In the ideal world, at least I need 6 weeks of preseason. I think every player needs 6 weeks of preseason, especially considering how long they haven't do football. But, with 4 weeks, obviously we are putting a lot of focus on try to prepare the player better for the injury prevention when they are back to competition. This time, unlike the last time, we are going to face a team that has the same preparation than us. Last time, it was a totally different scenario. They were training for 3.5 months, and we were training for 4 weeks. So it was, it was just too much different. But this time, at least, is the same for everyone. I don't think it's the ideal, of course, because 4 weeks, I don't think it's enough. I would like a couple of weeks extra, but we will try to we are glad and we are delighted to be back. So, no complaints. We will try to maximize the opportunity that we have been given.
The team were on a good run of form before the break as well, with 5 wins and a draw in the last 6 games, including a win over Rangers and an impressive 6-2 win over Hibs as well. So how pleased have you been with the development of the team and the performances in the first third of the season?
I'm delighted, Tony, to be fair. We know on paper we could be like the 3rd favorites, just because of obviously the budgets and the experience that other clubs got in the league. But we managed, as you say, we managed to beat Rangers. We managed to beat City in the first game when I first started, but obviously that was, that didn't count at the end. So I'm delighted. If you think, we try to play in a little press a little bit high against most of teams. We try to play through the thirds. That takes a lot of bravery. And I think the girls has been growing in that, has been growing in confidence, in bravery. I think we not only won games, we won a game 10-0, which is never easy in our division. So I'm delighted. Obviously, there are things always that we have to improve. But I think the mental strength of the team, if you think the draw you were talking about, we were in the 89th minute, we were losing 2-0 at home. It wasn't just our day. We create so many chances and we didn't put them away. And in 2 minutes, we scored 2 goals and we get a point that we don't know if this is going to be a key point at the end of the season. So the mental strength of the player, Glasgow against Rangers, we scored in the last minute of the game. So the mental strength of the team is been superb. And yeah, we have to be proud of the work that we have done. I'm delighted with the staff, the professionalism, and especially with the environment. Good people. There are all good people that feel Celtic, and that's why I think we have done quite well so far.
And you've made moves to strengthen the team as well during the January transfer window with 4 new signings, I believe. What can we expect from them?
We've been very impressed with them in training in terms of adaptation. They look like they've been playing here for 2 years already. Always with a smile, talking to everyone. Very, very impressive, especially considering some of them are very young, 19-year-old. Very good. And then, in terms of technical ability and impact on the pitch, very, very impressed. Obviously, Anna got a little advantage because she's been training with Spurs, so she came in a better state of fitness. But yeah, you can see the quality they are adding to the squad is terrific. Obviously, we cannot take credit only for that. We got massive support from the club and from the board to make this force signing happen. And it's a greater scenario because we lost 3 players that, good girls, good players, and we lost 3 players obviously because they weren't Scottish, they wanted to come back to their countries. And now we brought 4 that actually overall improved the squad. I think we are in a better place than we were before. So I'm delighted about the recruitment process of the last transfer window.
Yeah, Anna, of course, is a Wales international, and you have a couple of Scotland internationals in the team as well, including Natalie Ross, who was called up again recently. So that's a good reflection of the quality of this squad with so many internationals in it.
Yeah, 100%. After the Hibs game that you mentioned, I actually, they interviewed me, and I actually said I couldn't understand why Natalie Ross and Lisa Robertson weren't in the Scottish squad. For me, were by far the 2 best centre mids in terms of performances in the last games, and I think they got what they deserve. For us, obviously, everyone at the club was absolutely delighted. We got a WhatsApp group. Everyone was congratulating the girls. I did a few calls with both of them. They were delighted, and I think it's just fair. And as you say, it show that the team is doing well. We use the midfield a lot, so our midfielders get a lot of actions, and they are outstanding on and off the ball. So they got this recognition, and it's mainly it's credit to the players, but it's credit to the team. It's credit to the whole girls because they are making this group of people grow in terms, not only in football terms, but also, as individuals. We are trying to stick to our values to improve how we are on the pitch and off the pitch. And I think all of these have an impact on these girls getting called by their national teams. So from one international player that we had, I think, apart from the youth internationals that we always had, but we got only Kiva. And now we got a few more, so I'm proud that we are a better squad than we were. So
yeah. And so there's plenty of games left in the season. As you said, you're going to have to squeeze in 14 league games between now and the 6th of June when the season ends. So a lot of football to be played. What are you looking for from your team between now and then? What sort of targets are you wanting them to achieve before the end of the season?
So here, Tony, we got here a dilemma. So the players got a clear goal, which is qualify for Champions League. But for me, my goal is just the next game. So I only focus in the next game. If we are talking from here until the end of the season, my priority number 1 would be to keep the team fit, no injuries, especially not long-term injuries, which is going to be challenging because of the amount of time that we were with no training, and now the short period of time preparing them for a competitive game against a very, very tough opponent. So the injuries, it could be there at the top of my list. And then, of course, as I say many times, we are with this badge, we are representing Celtic. Winning have to come with it. I want the team to play well. I want them to be aggressive. We know we cannot make any more mistakes in terms of, drawing, at home. Our home have to be a fortress. Nobody can come to K Park and take points from us. So we are going to be more aggressive, especially at home. And obviously this is physical demands as well that link to this, trying to keep them fit. But every single game, I approach game by game. Every single game, we will expect to fight and hopefully to win and play well and be aggressive regardless of the quality of the position. So in the last 2 months of competition, then I might be able to answer to you, Tony, if we want to qualify for Champions League, if we are in a position to actually try to give a go and fight for the league. But for me, right now, the only thing my goal is to try to win against Glasgow City, our first game on the 4th.
Yeah, yeah. With this Champions League and the Scottish Premier Women's League having a second spot there now this season, it's a great incentive for other players to come and join the club as well, and a great incentive for the players to meet that week-to-week goal, like you said as well. How big an impact would something like that have if Celtic were to this season or next season qualify for the Champions League? How sort of transformative do you think that could be for the club and for what you want to achieve?
I think it's massive. I think it's massive. So we never been in the Champions League, so that would be the first time that we are. I think Celtic Football Club belong to the Champions League. Rather men or women, we have to be there. The size of the club means you have to be there, and we want to be obviously the first group that achieve it. In terms of bringing players, I think we, again, credit to the badge and the quality of the people that work for the club. We brought players from top clubs in the world, OL Reign, like Mariah. We brought Anita from Atletico Madrid. We just brought Anna Philby from Spurs competing in WSL. So we are attracting very good players. Of course, if you go into the Champions League, then even more possibilities to attract better players. And then obviously in terms of finance, if we get a little bit more help, which I think we are in the process of getting, then I think, the limit is the sky really. So step by step, we need to first put the work. I think we got a lot of support this year, and I think we need to pay the club back with all the support that we have got. Paying back by making them proud and fighting every single game. Of course, sometimes you cannot control the results, but we will try our best. And then obviously, if we are lucky enough to qualify for Champions League, then that's gonna be massive for the club in terms of resources, in terms of exposure. People will be able. We went to Spain in the pre-season as soon as I joined, and we had a group of Spanish fans singing in English, in a bad English with accent. And I spoke to them in Spanish. I say, what team you support in Spain? And I said, no, we don't support any team in Spain. We are Celtic fans. I said, but you're Spanish. I said, yeah, we support Celtic. I said, how is that even possible? So I am delighted to go to Ukraine and get a group of Celtic fans supporting us. Yeah, that's one of my dreams. So yeah, I really, really hope this group of players qualify for Champions League. That would be amazing.
Yeah. And the results would suggest that they're certainly on track to doing that. It's been a great first year for yourself as Celtic manager, albeit massively disrupted with COVID, but some really stellar results as well. How do you look back on your time here so far? Are you now beginning to see the sort of style and identity of performances that you want to instill in the team?
Yes, it's exactly what you say. So the first step that I think I did right is when I appoint the staff. I appointed, so rather than work with staff that I worked previously, that they were very, very good, I decided to work with staff that knew the Scottish League, knew every single player, knew the club, knew David, Haley, Michael. Then we brought Dan as an analyst. We brought Ashley. So all the staff, Chris as a goalkeeping coach. So we brought the staff that are very, very familiar with the Scottish League. It helped me to actually, learn about Scottish football very, very quickly. They all bought into the style, whether they believe in it or they really didn't think too much in the past about that, but they all bought into it 100%, and that make my life very, very easy. So for the players to buy into it, it was very easy. Actually, you got players that has been playing for a while and they absolutely love this style. They just miss it, and they just told me many times, I love to play football now. So yeah, it's been successful, not in terms of results, because obviously we would like to be at the top, and we have a defeat, which I got an excuse for it anyway, about the preparation. We got a draw at home, which is just, we had a bad day. But apart from that, we won every game, and it's quite impressive for a team that came from part-time to full-time. So yeah, I couldn't be any happier. But again, as I say, it's a work that is done by many people. I'm just a small part, and the one that try to convince of them, put them together. But then everyone in their field, they got the quality, and yeah, I expect a a very successful and good season where we can all celebrate at the end, which is what we are all looking for.
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to seeing how the team does at the end of the season. It's great to see everyone back, and exciting to see them continue that great run of form that they were on before the break. So I'll let you go there, Fran. Thank you very much for joining us, and best of luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you, man. Tony, it's a pleasure to be here. And yeah, we hope we can welcome you all to K Park when actually spectators are back allowed, because this is what we miss the most, to feel all our fans there, feel them close, feel them shouting, see these little girls coming to the stadium to see us. That give us extra energy, and we haven't had that, and we have missed it. So hopefully we can all celebrate something soon.